Hey, and welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today we're going to be working on a 1975 Hot Wheels Poison Pinto. This is a build for a customer who had seen one that I had done a while back. It was actually the Poison Apple. It was done in Spectra Flame Lime Apple Green paint, and he fell in love with it. He's a big Poison Pinto fan, so I'm doing this for him, and we're going to change the color up on it. We're going to put some Spectra Flame Orange on this thing. Make it look really, really cool. Gonna put the original decals that I got up that I picked from SCR Redlines off eBay. That's where I get all my decals from, is SCR Redlines. He has some awesome products. But we're gonna get this thing all done up. We're gonna do a wheel swap on it, and this car, surprisingly, it was just an awesome car. I mean, it was in great condition. Um, It's just, it was in really, I couldn't believe the condition it was in. But let's put it in some stripper, y'all. We're going to dip it to some stripper and get that green paint off, which these older Hot Wheels, it don't take much to get the paint off of them. But we're going to soak it up in there and get all of it. Get everything covered, all the green covered. Um, Even underneath it, because I am changing the color on it, so we don't want green and orange. So we're going to get as much excess of this stuff off as we can. Stuff ain't cheap, so we try to save as much as we can, and sometimes it requires beating it upside the jar until you get it off. But anyway, here we go, y'all. This is what it looks like. Of course, I showed my other videos of all my other cars, the way I like for it to look before paint. This car was sanded with 220, and it was actually filed. I filed all the edges, window sills, hood, squared the hood up. Did a lot of filing on this car, and I could not get some of the imperfections out, but because it was all the way through. But I got as much of them out as I could, and it really turned out really, really, really smooth. The finish is really, really smooth, and you know, with Spectra Flame paint, you got to have that chrome finish. So let's go to the paint booth, y'all. All right, y'all, here we are, getting ready to paint this thing up with my homemade paint booth. A cardboard box with some air conditioner filters. But it works pretty good. Works for what I want. Here we're just going to blow it off. Make sure there's no trash or lint or anything else on it that would make the paint mess up. So we're going to start underneath it, get the fender wells, all the hard to reach places before we start actually painting the body itself. This color, Spectra Flame Orange, is one of the prettiest colors in the Spectra Flame, I guess you'd call it, series of paints. This is just a beautiful color. I love this color. This color and the aqua blue color has to be my two favorite colors. This color goes on really, really, really good. It covers really good. You don't have to put many coats on it. And like I was saying in another video, the more coats you put on these things, of course, the darker it's going to get, and it's going to take away from that chrome shining through, and you're going to lose your effect. So I see a lot of people putting one small thin coat on it and waiting 15-20 minutes and then come back and saturating it. I don't do that. I like to put on thin coats, wait 5 minutes or so maybe if I have to, and put on another thin coat. That way I can watch and see how many coats I need to put on to keep that effect to still show through. Because like I said, what makes these Spectra Flame colors reflect like it is the chrome finish. And that's why I love my car to be really, 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 really smooth and really, really, really shiny. The more, the the smoother you get it and the shinier you get it, the better your Spectra Flame paint will be. I'm just looking over it right now, making sure it's all even. The colors are even. You don't want no dark and light spots in your paint job because it just won't look right. So I inspect it really good before I decide that's enough. And just looking at it, making sure it is even. And we're going to the next step, y'all. Here it is. We got the car all painted up. We're going to put some decals on it. And I'll be daggum if these decals didn't do the same thing to me as the other ones done on the 57, 55 gasser. I put them in the water, and as soon as I put them in the water, they slid off the paper. I don't know what's up with the decals, but they did the same thing to me, so I had to dig them out of the water and fool with them until I got them to work. But these, thankfully, wasn't as bad as the 55 gasser decals because they were really, really messed up, and I had to work with them for a while to get them where they were usable, and I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I just kept trying, and I finally got it. But here I'm just patting it down, making sure I got all the water out of them, making sure the decal is where I want it. Just looking it over. It's pretty centered where I want it, so I'm going to pat it down some more. And I'll go on later on, about an hour after I do this, and put some microsol on it that helps it. There's not really many contours to this car, but it'll help it anyway. So let's go to the next step, y'all. I've got the car all clear coated, and man, did it turn out pretty. Got it up, the chrome all polished back up with some Molotov pen. Windshield, got it cleaned up, did the wheel swap on it, put some red lines on it with Real Riders, and it's ready for the reveal, y'all. And here she is. 1975 Poison Pinto in orange. And my turntable seems to be messed up again. But anyway, it turned out really, really, really good. I love the way it turned out. Paint job was just beautiful. Slick, shiny, and that orange is just beautiful, y'all. Well, I want to thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for my upcoming videos, y'all.